Hey Road Raiders, so last week there was a small dust storm near Lubbock, so if you're not from the area, you might not be used to dust storms or high winds, so that got me thinking, how can you prepare for these certain scenarios, or what do you do if you ever do get caught in a dust storm? So I did a little bit of research and found some interesting things that I didn't even know, so let's get into it. Alright, so to start things off, preparing for a dust storm. So although you might never encounter a dust storm, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. So some things that you might need for these would be water, food, goggles, face mask. If you guys still have them from coronavirus, that's a good thing because you could use these in dust storms. So in the rare chance that you do need to use these items, it's safe just to have them ready to go instead of like frantically looking for them. As a matter of fact, I have my goggles from the chemistry lab. So things like these where they're covered are going to be really great. Maybe you can have an extra set in your car or maybe just at home just in case. Another tip would be to check the weather regularly. So if there is a dust storm, you might receive a notification on your phone, which is great. So make sure that you are constantly checking your notifications and look out for any weather alerts. Alright, and that brings us to our next topic. Find a way to get indoors and stay indoors. This scenario is meant when you're outside and all of a sudden you see a large cloud of dust approaching. So for this, you want to make sure that you find the nearest building and you want to go in it. Another thing that you could do is use your shirt to like cover your nose and face. That way you're not breathing in any dust. And also, if the wind is coming to you from like a certain direction, try to avoid getting that in your eyes. So like maybe walk backwards to avoid getting it in your eyes because these things, you don't want them in your body. The faster you can get inside a building and out of the way of the dust, it's going to be the safest thing to do. So make sure that is your top priority if you ever get caught in a dust storm. Alright, but in a different scenario, what would happen if you are driving? This one is super important, so make sure you are listening because if you're driving through these areas, you might encounter a dust storm more frequently. Get off the road, put your emergency brakes on, and make sure all your lights are off. That's right, turn off all of your lights, even your brake lights. So make sure that your foot is off the brake, that way the tail lights aren't on. So this is because if your tail lights are on and another car is driving, they might think that you're also driving. So as they approach, they might rear end you. So you definitely want to avoid this. So if your lights are off and the other cars can't see you and they're driving, they'll just drive past you since they don't think that you're on the road. If it is an emergency and you do have to drive, then make sure that you keep your lights on and drive slowly. Follow the markings on the road and make sure that you are honking periodically. That way you can alert other cars that are near you that you are there. If people can't see you, make sure that they can hear you. And also the last tip, if you do have to drive, is to make sure that you are not getting your air from outside of the car. Make sure to switch that setting because if you get air from outside of the car, you're going to bring all that dust into your car and you're going to be breathing it in, so you don't want to do that. That wraps up what to do in a dust storm. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up in this video if you guys learned something. I definitely learned something. I was going to leave my lights on while I was parked. So make sure that you check out our other Vlog Squad videos and make sure you stay safe. Thank y'all. Wreck 'em.